Lan! Who's that? You have to get out of here! What is this?
Hey guys, we're Modern Mafia.
We play indie pop rock. I'm Varun, I play guitars and I'm on lead vocal.
Hi, I'm Ishan from Modern Mafia. I play the guitar, lead guitar I guess you could call it, for Modern Mafia, and I help in the composition as well. We all help.
Hi, I'm Quell. I play bass for Modern Mafia and I also do backing vocals.
Hey, my name is Karun Kanampally and I play drums for Modern Mafia.
So I just picked up the guitar and started playing and watched videos online. From there, I just, wanted to do music, and that adrenaline that you get on stage when you're playing, it's something that you just can't have in your everyday life.
When I was in college, my first year of college, I think all my friends started playing guitar and drums. And I used to be left out, so I joined them, and I from starting to sing along, I started to play guitar, and well, I found my passion, I guess.
You could say a little bit of peer pressure and a little bit of trying to impress the girls, because all the students rather who knew to play instruments and all, they were like always in the limelight, and come on, somewhere you want to be part of that.
My journey as a musician started really early on when I wanted to play the drums from like a really early age. When my mom said, such a loud instrument that you shouldn't take up drums, try to take up something else like guitar. 2 classes later I gave that up, and scales and stuff like that, I just couldn't manage, I couldn't learn, I just didn't enjoy learning it. Ended up giving me my first ever drum set as a gift, it was an old drum kit that he had got, that he just gave to me. So it was awesome, and I got such a head start because of that. And it just went on from there. I learned, and the first drum kit was really broken down. It was this pink color drum kit with like a bass drum that was about this big. 2 weeks something would go wrong with it, but I loved it, and it started me off as a drummer, which I'm really happy about.
We'll do it, yeah. La, 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 la.
In my group of friends where we all started together, I used to hang out at Karun's house. He's a friend of mine from school, and I used to hang out at his place, and I used to hear his band play. Finally, his band felt the need for another guitar player, and they decided to call me, because anyway I was always hanging around there, interrupting their sessions, just listening in. So they just called me in, and well, we hit it off, and that's how it worked out, I guess. That's how I joined Modern Mafia. Well, it wasn't Modern Mafia then, but I joined them, and then we began Modern Mafia a little after that.
There's this exhibition that happens every year where musicians from all over Bombay, and even from the country for that matter, everyone come to this exhibition to see different type of music stores showcase their instruments and stuff. So all musicians, we just meet up, try new instruments and stuff like that, because everything is at your disposal. And it so happens that I met Varun Das at Palms Expo, and we were friends before that, but we never really considered each other as being bandmates or whatever. We just cool friends, just talk about whatever. At Palms Expo, he just happened to ask me if I knew of any bass player, because the bass player of the previous band was going somewhere. He asked me if I knew of any bass player, and I happened to tell him, dude, I'm a bass player, I could fill in. And so we just decided to jam and see how things went off from there. And the first time I actually went for rehearsal, and I met Karun and Ishan, the rest of the band members and all that, and we actually just got along really well, and it was a lot of fun.
Modern Mafia started off as just us as friends a long time ago, playing under a different band name, and I was playing at the Palm Expo, which is a huge musical convention we have every year in Bombay. And I wasn't playing there. I was just testing out an electric kit there for fun, and I was just going crazy on it, as crazy as I could go at the time, doing everything showy that I knew. And Varun and another friend of ours saw me play over there, and said, "Would you like to be part of our band?" And I was like, "Cool, why not?" I wasn't part of any bands at the time, and I was really excited to be part of a band. And finally, years went by. We kept playing together. We kept getting better. And my friend Ishan has been friends with me from school, and he's been a bassist for a lot of other bands. And I was like, we need a guitarist for this band. I know you're a bassist, but would you be interested? And he was interested. And then finally we met Krell a year later at the same convention that they met me originally, the Palm Expo. So it's pretty much, the Palm Expo's kind of been an instrumental part in getting this band together.
Inside you, all I need, yes, inside you, who you are.
Once I started off, I think in my second year of college, junior college that is, I was initially a rhythm guitarist, but then I decided to pick up the bass since I've always loved, and it was an affinity I felt towards the instrument. I just sort of picked it up and started playing. I bought it, and I haven't looked back since. I started off playing in some local classic rock bands. I started playing pub gigs for money, and eventually I stopped taking pocket money from my parents. I started making this my profession before I even left college, and so soon enough I started playing with some bigger names, some gigs where I got more money, and I began to develop my contacts and my network, and eventually after that I just broke off and started doing what I love, and Modern Mafia, I guess, is one of that. After a while, along with bass, I'd always been playing guitar as well, so then I joined Modern Mafia to explore that aspect of my musicianship, whatever you call it. Well, most bands start off, they start making their own music, start gigging, start performing. I think Modern Mafia is peculiar that way because what we did was we met and we started composing immediately. And before we even played our first gig, we had our EP ready. So by the time we were hitting the shows, we already had a ready EP to distribute to everyone. So that worked out well for us, at least, because we got a lot of shows and attention because of that. Our music video also helped matters. It's got about, I think, 1,800, 2,000 views on YouTube. In a music sense, what's unique about us is that we don't have a structure, we don't follow a pattern, we just sort of jam it out in the jam room and come up with whatever we can.
She says it all without on her head. She says it all pressed up against me. A little something just to take up the edge. A little no, I'll follow the planet entirely. I'll be there when your heart stops beating.
This guy Coco from the band Agni, he comes by and he's like, I heard you guys were playing and I wanted to see who you guys were. The surprising part was we opened for them at Union off the stage in Pune, and we didn't get to meet them because we had to leave back to Mumbai, and I had a 104 fever, and we couldn't meet up with them. So he was like, come in and see you guys play. And then he tells me that he wanted to steal my guitar, which I thought I was very flattered, and I almost bit him to keep him away from my guitar. And then he comes by, he sees the hat, and he's like, I'm taking a copy, and he drops in a lot of money. And we're like, we are not even looking, man, look at how much you put. And he actually drops in a lot of money. And I didn't know what to say, you know. I wanted to tell him, like, take the whole box and, you know, go home, but then what will he do with so many CDs? I thought that was one of the nicest things anyone has ever done, because he would understand how musicians are struggling, and, you know, a musician helping out another musician with, you know, an EP launch and things like that. So I think that was brilliant. And he didn't even steal my guitar. We had this amazing review from Moment of Zen of the EP, because we're still waiting for the reviews to come in. And, you know, Moment of Zen was the first review that came out, and I was so happy after reading that review. It's an online magazine, not magazine, it's an online portal that reviews movies and EPs and albums and all. So it was a very nice review. It was written very nicely. It actually made me feel all warm and mushy inside, because they liked the music a lot. They were talking a lot about each track, and they had also mentioned in detail about every track and how they liked which aspects of it. It's insane because there's so many new artists coming out. Almost every day I hear something new. I'm actually so inspired by, you know, local bands. Like there's this band called Black, Color Compound, Light Years Explode, Raghu Dixit Project. Like so many guys doing new things. They don't follow the trend that everyone else is doing. We're playing classic rock, metal, and generally where the bulk of the people are listening, you know, the stuff that they're listening to. They're trying new things and they are looking to explore into new avenues, and that's what we're trying to do. It's something new, and I'm personally so impressed with ArtistAloud that whatever they've been doing over the years, and you know, as of now, they're giving bands like us and like them so many chances, to a platform, a stage to do something what they want to do without taking away their rights, without, you know, holding you down with a contract and telling you, you know, you got to do this. And they give you the freedom to do what you want. And I like that because, like I mentioned, our last contract that we had was kind of nasty and didn't work out so well. But this is something new. It's like, you know, freedom. And you can focus on composing music. You can focus on being an artist rather than worrying about the management and worrying about, you know, what you're gonna do to, you know, like cover things up if it goes bad. So I'm personally very happy, and I know the guys are too. And you know, we can't wait to see where this goes.
ArtistAloud, thank God it's rock on Fridays. I'm Elvis Rumion.
Does peace stand a chance without a weapon to
Welcome to my hometown of Aldona. On the other side of this bridge is my island, Kojwe. It's the biggest island in Goa. Elvis Rumion back here again.
drugs kid?
It's a place where I meditate a lot. I write a lot of music here. It's a place where I just chill out, zone out whenever I feel like. And it's up there, it's in my terrace. You can have a nice scenic view of the whole island from up there. So this is the view from my terrace. And I love sitting here and just chilling out. And the evenings it's really nice and the stars out. It's really beautiful and relaxing and stuff.
Nothing in life, we're dying.
My parents are Goan. I was born and raised in Dubai, and I came to Goa in 2000
I've been in Goa ever since, and I've just been doing music. Music is a big part of my family. Music's always been in our line, you could say. When I came to Goa, I completed a diploma in web engineering and graphic designing. And after I finished that, I thought, you know, I have to give my whole self to either music or graphic designing. So I thought, I'm going to give music a shot first.
Should I have spared the grass I walked upon, or rather walk on stones? Should I have spared the mosquito who chose me to suck on? Yeah, yeah. Illusion means apparition, daydream, deception, delusion, fantasy, figment of your imagination.
So I mastered the guitar. You know, living in Goa during the monsoons, there's a lot of time to just focus on your instrument, whether you're a guitar player, a drummer, a singer. There's a lot of time to focus and practice. So I had a lot of this time, you know, I was able to put in 9 hours a day on the guitar, you know, practice scales and various kinds of different songs, working on different songs and different tunes, different styles. So eventually over the years I came up with my own style, like, you know, I came up with my own style of writing. My topics, I'm very into spirituality and the way the world works and how the world is governed and how the youth should be aware of how the world operates.
Does peace stand a chance without a weapon to fight back? Is history repeating itself like Vietnam, now the war in Iraq? Yeah, are we stuck in a loop? Don't we learn from our mistakes? Lenin, Gandhi and Martin Luther King were shot trying to save the human race. Peace, prayer and positivity versus death, heartache and pain. No, who would choose the latter? Osama, Nixon, Bush and Saddam Hussein. These angels of death.
It's not only rock and roll, I play the sitar. I've got 2 world music albums, Satva. When I play the sitar, I'm known as Satva, that's my stage name. So I'm basically a rocker who is into world music. I like a balance. I like the hard rock and I like the cool, calm, peaceful stuff. That's why I love meditation. And meditation is the gateway to yourself, to the truth, to who you really are. And meditation and focusing on what you want in life is very important, and it's very important to give time to yourself. Find a space where you can be by yourself and meditate. Close your mind and see who's really in there and speak to who's really in there. The person in the big you will tell you what to do, what to say, where to go. It's not all about what's in your mind. To empty the mind. Okay? Be free, calm, peaceful, loving. Life is very simple.
Our politicians won't reply. Muslim, Christian or Jew. No mother wants to see the sons die. This world wants to end the misery.
My first stage experience was when I was 6. I was acting. I was required to act on stage. It was for Konkani Theatre. Basically, it's a Goan theatre. That was my first stage experience.
What's more important than feeding everybody and keeping them secure? I think the world's gone mad.
Also, when I was in Dubai in '97, I took part in the Battle of the Bands. That was a very, very good experience for me because all the musicians that played with me for that show became really popular. One of them is called Barney, and he's got a metal band called Nerve Cell, and they're the hottest metal band in Dubai. And I'm really proud to have known these people and grown up with them, and today we can sit together and look back on, you know, the first time we jammed up and stuff. A highlight of my live shows was probably in London. While I was in London, I did a recording arts degree, and after I finished that, I took part in the All London Battle of the Bands.
See brighter days after we're gone. Oh, after we're gone.
Registered the band. my three-piece band. It was all original music, so I had my original music and I recorded some of this music, so I was ready for it. So this little kid from Goa got past the qualifying rounds. There were 2 qualifying rounds. Then was the quarterfinals, and I got to the semi-finals. I never thought I would get that far, but I did. It really boosted my confidence, and it made me feel like it doesn't matter where the stage is. The stage could be in London, it could be in Paris, it could be in Mumbai, it could be in Hyderabad, it doesn't matter. The show is good. People love the show, they love rock and roll.
Children see brighter days after we go.
So when I got back from England, after I completed my course and I got through to the semi-finals of this Battle of the Bands, I came back to Goa. I decided to come back to Goa and do something solid and concrete over here. I set bass over here, I set up a little studio, and I used all my experience that I had gained in England. I made my first debut album. Okay? All my recording techniques, I had the software, the hardware, it all came together with this album. Everything on the album is done by myself. I programmed the drums, I played the bass, rhythm, lead, vocals, backing vocals, everything, synthesizers, and I was really happy with the sound I got, and the end product was really excellent, so that's why I thought I'd go all the way with this album. But when I perform live, I've got my own band. We're a 3-piece band, young boy called Richard playing bass, and Lennon who plays drums. They are my soul brothers, and we rock it when we play live. They support me very much. They love performing with me and they're happy with me. And we're like 3 brothers who really rocked on stage. We're 3 stars that shine on stage. My wife, she's my manager now. So she takes care of all the booking for the shows and, you know, everything basically. Anything to do with business, you know. She does a great job at that, you know, and I just focus on the artistic stuff. I prefer that. My greatest creation is my little boy, Marley. Will always be that way. I don't think I'll create anything better than that, little boy. One very important thing that has contributed to my success is my family. You know, it's not easy being an artist and being surrounded by people who don't support you and stuff. You know, it's very important to be with people who are always supporting you, who understand you, who know what you're about, and you know, are patient with you, basically. You know, so my family, my mom, and my wife, and my kids, my dad, we're one really big happy family. Everything's really happy over here, and it's beautiful, and I love the vibe
She'd just be lying there all the time. I never ever took my eyes off her.
I come from a musical background, and as I grew up, got more interested into, like, you know, rock and roll and heavier bands like Nirvana and maybe Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd and Marilyn Manson and all these wild metal bands. I need music that makes sense, so I started mastering the guitar. Like, you know, I had a book called Rock Guitar Secrets. It was that fat. It took me about 3.5 years to get through that book, but by the end of it, it was really worth it. You should listen to some of the music, watch a video maybe, or catch some of the tunes from the album.
I'll never forget so